Alright folks, welcome back to another Budget Jam or Budget Bust. Today I have got an Orion for you. This is a brand new for 2018 model year, the Orion Cobalt 4500.1D. You know, the last time I had a Cobalt amp in here, it did okay. It didn't really do great. It's certainly not up to the standards that you have with the XTR and HCCA amplifiers. That's what I found with the Cobalt last time, the CB4500.1D. But Orion has come back. They did revamp the entire lineup. So we have this model here, which is the biggest of the monoblocks they offer this year. So it says all over the box, 4,500 watts max music power watts. Basically max power. And on the side of the box, it does not have anything else for RMS ratings. We've got max power at 4 ohms, 1640 watts, 2 ohms, 3000 max, and at 1 ohm, 4500 watts max. So yeah, they just rated this just at max power. I guess we'll dig into the manual later, see if the RMS numbers are in there. But you know, this kind of bugs me a little bit, you know, because Orion has been making a lot of inroads in terms of being a top brand out there right now. People are going crazy for the XTR series. People are going crazy for the HCCA series. You know, it's almost like it's a second heyday for the company versus where they were in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. So it surprises me that they're kind of fooling around with this boss level max rating stuff. I mean, all that does is diminish the brand. But I don't know, maybe it makes them a ton of money, and therefore, you know, who cares what I say? So we're going to unbox this amp. We're going to find out what you get. I paid $169 for this amplifier. These are starting to trickle out. There's still plenty of the older model Cobalts on the market, so the 18s do look differently. But we're going to unbox the amp, and then we're going to strap this up to the amp dyno, and we're going to find out just how full of poo this 4,500 watt number actually is. So, enough of this. Let's unbox the amplifier and find out just exactly what we get for all $169. Okay, opening her up. First thing on here, we have our owner's manual. And let's see if I can find those ratings in here. There they are. If we can see that. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, right there, it still contends 4,500 watts max. So, yeah. Okay, Ryan. We're going to find out your big secret here shortly. You do get a nice Orion sticker. So it's kind of a nice HCCA colored, nice one. Not your typical white. Pretty nice. We have your bass knob cable. These, just like most other Orions I've seen, use the 3.5 millimeter plug. You have some spare fuses, a couple of Allen keys, some screws, typical standard fare, and ooh, that's it. Well, this might be the cheapest bass knob I have ever seen. Look at this little thing. I mean, this is making Epsilon go, wow, that is cheap. I thought the I thought Soundstream had bad bass knobs, and you know, Orion's bass knobs have never really been that good. I have an XTR 2500.1DZ. I just recently sold it. And I have an XTR 1000.4. I've owned a lot of XTR amps, and their bass knobs have never been good, but man, this is chintzy. And last but not least, we have our amplifier. Dun, 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 dun. Move the box out of the way. So, pretty nice. We got a nice black anodized finish along the top. This is no longer an LED light like on the previous series. The heatsink feels, it doesn't feel as cheap as the old one. So I will give them credit. They did upgrade that. They did upgrade the end caps on these. These are actually better feeling and looking end caps than what you get with the Orion XTR series. This is a long, I would call this HCCA style. They do the Allen key screw-ins on the top, so not bad there. Had to throw the 4500 watts max on there. Yeah. Just going to keep going with it, I guess. Let's check out the sides of the amplifier. Okay, I took the end caps off so you get a better look here. Along this side of the amplifier, you're going to find your power terminals as well as your speaker outputs. This amp has got 40 amps of fusing times 4 for 160 amps total. In other words, completely impossible for it to get 4500 watts max. But it's 160. Maybe this is a 1500 watt to 1800, maybe even a spike up to 2000 watts, but we'll find out. These speaker outputs here are just obviously one set of mono, and they do accept up to 8 gauge. Here's an 8 gauge reducer. You can see it fits in no problem. Your power and ground terminals over on the other side, they are 4 gauge each. You can see here, no problem with this 4 gauge reducer. No problem there. And as well, an oversized remote turn on, also with 8 gauge, just like the speaker outputs. Along this side of the amplifier, you're going to find all of your settings, as well as your RCA inputs, outputs, and your ability to strap. Over on this side here, you could see this RCA terminal would be if this was going to be the slave amp, and you're going to strap 2 of these together. This would be the one you do for in. This one would be if this is the master amp, you'd plug it into here. There is your input for your remote bass knob. Over here, of course, you have your outputs. So yes, you can daisy chain a couple of these amplifiers if you're not going to strap them. You can just go 2 in and these 2 will be out. You have your gain, your subsonic filter. The subsonic filter on this is, it's a bare bones subsonic filter like Orion does. So you either get off or you get 25 hertz. It's not adjustable like a lot of amps are. I don't know why Orion sticks to this, but it's the same thing even in the XTR series. So, whatever. You have your phase adjustment. This is also not adjustable. It's either 0 degrees or 180. You have a low pass filter, which is adjustable from 400 hertz all the way down to 15 hertz. So if you really want no sound to come out, adjust that down. And of course you have your bass boost here, which is adjustable from 0 dB to 18 dB. And as you guys know by watching this channel, just keep it off. Okay, nothing left to do here but to strap up the Orion CB4500.1D amplifier up to our amp dyno and find out once and for all how much power this amplifier actually produces. It says 4500 watts max in the box. It doesn't say anywhere what the RMS ratings are, so this will be a first. We're going to find out exactly how much RMS power this amplifier does. I'll see you after the test. Okay, final thoughts here on the Orion Cobalt CB4500.1D. Well, you saw the numbers. So actually it's good. We finally have what this amp actually does. We got over 1400 watts at certified at 1 ohm, well over 1500 watts uncertified. So, you know, with that being said, at $169, the cost per watt on this amplifier comes in at a pretty decent number. So in that case, since I don't have an RMS rating to compare it to, I gotta call this one a budget gem. This is not anything landmark, you know, groundbreaking type amplifier at this price. It's kind of average, to be honest with you, for these budget amps, these 1500 watters. Around the same price, you're going to find the Scar RP 1500. Granted, that one's not strappable like this one. You're going to find the Audio Pipe APCLE 1500 for less money. You're going to find the Rockville DB15 model for less money. And for about the same money, you get the Audio Pipe APMI 2000, which destroys this amp on the amp dyno. But I mean, positives: amp's efficient. It didn't get hot during any of the bench tests. Stayed pretty cool to the touch the whole time. It's not a bad-looking amplifier, so you know I wouldn't be embarrassed to run one of these. Just not the top of its class. It's definitely not 4500 watts, but still, we do have a budget gem here. So that's all I could say about this amp. Stay tuned next week. I'm going to have a whole other amplifier in here, and I got a lot more amps to test after that. So I'll see you next time.